All right, so this RZR was never meant to be in this form. What this car was supposed to be is bought and raced stock, but we didn't find out until the morning, 9 a.m. the morning before the race, is that there had to be added tubes in order to go through tech. So what we had to do last minute was an intrusion bar, a center bar, which ties into the chassis, and then also we did our double A-pillar support, which in UTVs I really like. This is always the crumple zone in the UTVs when they're wrecked. And so adding this tube right here is one of my favorite additions to safety in the UTV. So we added those tubes real quick, taped on a horn, put in some essential items, and took it racing. The rest is history. So now that needs to come off because we need to make room for the new LSK cage that's in here. So we're gonna have to cut some of this off and unbolt some of it. But the bottom line is it's coming off. So we need to make room for what's to come with UTV Source car. So Darren Parsons here. These guys came out to my shop today to check out their investment. This is what I've done to their 1.8 mile old car I received a month ago or so. Anyways, we've got a bunch of parts to put on it now. Now we hope that these parts will last, but surely I'll destroy these as well. We're kind of getting a run order on what I'm going to do next on this car to make it into something that will last longer than 90 miles. So anyways, the LSK cage is the first step on what we're going to be putting on this car, and I am excited to see this. The tubes are pre-bent and laser cut, and they have these notches in them which help them align when you're setting them in the car, make tacking it together super easy. So we're gonna go off of this. I'm pretty sure that we're going to make some type of tire carrier. I also want to incorporate the double A-pillar that the previous factory cage had in it, so we'll be doing something with that again. Obviously, come around to the back of the car, we will be doing some type of factory looking spare mount in this thing. I'm going to go to 32-inch BFG tires on it with with method wheels, 401s. So we're going to try and slide that in here and keep all the capabilities of the rear of this car with having storage and everything else that's cool about having a UTV and being able to adventure with them. This obviously needs to get fixed. So after we get the cage in there, I'll probably slide a new one of these bad boys in there. This sucker's got about 90 miles into her before I cracked it open. Well, probably, I bet I got 5 miles in this thing before it spit all the fluid out of it and self-destructed. But anyways, if you guys want this thing, I'll make you a good deal on it. It's probably worth 35 pounds in scrap. We have assault doors for it. We have all the bitchin' assault accessories for it. I got a full goodie box full of stuff over here for it. But by far one of the best looking things that we have to put on this car is the suspension. We have these billet ZRP radius arms for the back with this hitch mount. I think this is a hitch. I think I put a 2-inch ball in this and pull my trailer around, so I'm really excited about this. I need something else to tow my shit with. So we got that. HCR provided us with these really weird looking hockey sticks. So I'm not really sure. We're gonna have to find a goalie that's got some brass balls for that one. Really nice though, great products. It's all absolutely like top level TIG welding. And then again, the ZRP aluminum products are next level as well. The detail on these is incredible, and I cannot wait to destroy this shit. It's gonna be great. Also up is DP Edition PRP seats. Sent them over some Zebra. This is fresh off an Africa safari tour that I didn't go on, but someone else did. Had him personally fetch this off of Zebra for me. So if you guys need his contact, I can get you looped in. And here is my pile of parts that we took off to begin with. Couldn't be more excited to get started on this thing, truly. This is gonna get it going, but we got a lot more to go after that. Hopefully have this thing out the first part of April. So we got about a month to slap this thing all together, and I'll be bringing you guys as much content as I can from it. All right, so 20 minutes in, this is what we've got. I did want to do a weld it yourself style, so I can show you guys how easily you can put a cage together. Just literally get your hard parts mounted, which are these guys. And I've just set that tube in there that the ProXP use, and I just literally taped up the top tubes. So just getting started on this thing, but wanted to show you guys just how quick and easy these weld it yourself style cages come together. I'm a huge fan of them because you're able to ship them. That's like the biggest issue in the aftermarket cage industry, is trying to figure out how to get them to you. So the weld it yourself option is great. It's really affordable, and makes it super easy as long as you have like minimal fabrication abilities. And I say fabrication, I mean that all you need to know is how to use a glue stick and a tie down if you're doing it by yourself like me. So anyways, keep you guys updated on this thing as I go along. I am going to add some more things to it. I'm going to put a spare tire in this area, but I love the profile of this LSK cage, and I think it will look really good when I get all wrapped up on here. And here it is. If I was to rate this is about an 18 pack job. You could probably knock this out. If you were to be on it 100%, you could probably knock it out in like 5 or 6 hours. It's like a good half day. But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I'm no fabricator by any means. I just do well enough to get by, and I didn't have any issue putting this together. I only changed a couple little things from the initial design, which I spoke of, the center tube just being 1 instead of having a V. I did that for visibility. I just like the single bar. I think it looks more racy. So anyways, great product, LSK. You guys did a great job. All right, so bottom line is we've been waiting on parts. This seemed to be the most elusive thing to find. We can find 2020 transmissions all day long, but these 2021 transmissions have a different input shaft right here, and then the output shaft for the front drive shaft is different as well. Those two were really hindering our project because we couldn't find a 2021 transmission. They're not even made yet, because the cars are in such overproduction right now. They're so behind schedule on the cars, they're not making spare transmissions. So we found a solution. Cryo Heat took this transmission and they did all their ProMod stuff to it. I'll tell you what, immediately out of the box, you can feel the difference in how much lighter these are. I don't know what this weighs right now, but I know it weighed 86 pounds when I took it to UPS to ship it out, and I bet is in the 70-pound area now. I'm almost guaranteeing this thing lost 15 pounds or so just by my strengthometer. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get in the car, and we gotta take this thing and put it in the trailer tonight because we're leaving tomorrow. So get to it. Is it Rob over PCS? Oh yeah. Let's call recording. Yeah, pretty. All right, so what are they? Put in another probably 7 hours, gnarly, real good hours on it today, and got it together. Everything works on it. The only thing is somehow the transmission bracket got misplaced. I don't know if it got left on the old transmission or what, but that's really screwed us up. Becker Fabworks whipped us up a mount real quick. We won't zoom in on it, but it works for now. And the car's working. We need to adjust the camber in the rear and just a little bit steering wheel in the front, but it runs and drives. It's a hot rod. The seats are in it. The belts are in it. Everything turned out, I think, really well. As far as the interior in this thing, it's pretty freaking sweet. I love the rugged mounts right here. For the Mac mounts for the Parker pumper hoses are great. I think that I'm really in love with the profile of the car with the spare down as low as it is. I think it looks great, and I'm really happy with that. You never really know what you're going to end up with when you start working on these things. Today was the first time I put together a RZR transmission and installed it into a car. Like, figured it out. And so it takes some special tools, a little bit of putting together, taking back apart, putting together, taking back apart. So bottom line is we're ready to go. I'm going to load this thing up in the morning. Was hoping to get it done tonight, but we're running out of time. Load it up in the morning, and hopefully this and my race truck fit in the same box trailer, which fingers crossed, but may not. And we're ready to go have some fun on Sunday. So this week has been a stretch. We didn't get the parts for the UTV until last minute. Of course, that's how it always seems to go, for the good and bad, but we're here. This thing came together beautifully. It's not done yet by any means. In my thoughts of a build, I like building things in stages. I like starting with chassis, then we go to engine performance, and then we talk about suspension, and then we start bolting on the main components such as like axles and steering and all of that. Once we get to that point, the very last thing we do is lights, wiring, and graphics, because bottom line, the car functions right now. So the car's together and it's ready to go rip right now as it is. It will be at its peak performance right now. As far as being a functional vehicle. Did all the Trinity stuff. We got the tunes loaded into the computer for that. The shock therapy suspension. I'm really interested to feel the differences from going to 64-inch factory width to 72-inch wide HDR kit with the shock therapy suspension on it. We're gonna throw it out there on the track. Definitely not concerned about safety in this. It's got these really nice assault doors for it. PRP seats. the LSK cage, all that stuff's gonna make it feel nice and at home. I'm not gonna be concerned about hurting myself or my passenger. So that's number one focus in accordance to the build, is making it a safe car first, then we'll make it look cool. So we'll probably match something like this in the near future, but here it is, kind of rough, and I'm excited to get it out there and have some fun with it today. Alright, so first impressions. Car did really well. Honestly, it absorbed a lot more than I thought it was going to, as far as like taking the abrupt hits, like when you wouldn't clear a jump or you were hitting the whoops or anything like that. It took it really well. It still jumps like a UTV. I guess we'll work on that. I put the spare as low and as far back as I could, thinking it may help, which it may had, but it still wants to nose down a little bit. But as long as the jump's right, it flies right. So with the UTVs, you just got to be kind of selective in your hits, and that was very apparent today. The car has insane nuts. Like, the truck has 424 rear wheel horsepower, and it's 5,800 pounds with me in it, but still, going up these straightaways and stuff, this car would absolutely run away from my truck on the straightaways. I'm actually having to let off in this, whereas the truck, I'm pinned all the way on some of these jumps, where this thing was quite different. So anyways, it was really cool. Like the uphill jump, you guys will see, landing on a wheelie and dropping the front end and setting it and having the confidence to do that. That definitely came from the track width and the bigger tires, having the traction, having the wider width, be able to have the stability and stuff like that. So besides obviously the huge power increase from the Trinity products, the car did really well. And I maybe want to get a little bit more throttle response out of it. I don't know if that's possible. That may even be adjustable with the blow-off valve. I don't know. I need to look into that, because it'd be great to have a little bit more throttle response. So other than throttle response and it jumping like a UTV, it was an amazing day. And guess what? The best part is I'm going to go put it in the trailer right now, and we're going to drive home, and it's perfectly ready to go for next week. And stage 6 or 7 of the build, where we make it look pretty and put all the Gucci accessories on it.